Hey friends, Wes Dove here with Dove Development and Consulting. As I share this message, it is Monday, December 30th, and we're just clicking at the heels of a brand new year. I'm excited to get it started. My question for you, 2 weeks ago was the last time I shared a message. I did not do one last week and didn't even do anything in a daily dose of leadership. As I told you, that was the case. That's what you should expect. We celebrated Christmas. We had some fantastic time of reflection. Cindy and I were blessed to be able to do a lot with family, but we also carved out time that we really were intentional about. What did we feel like we did well in 2019? What do we feel like that we could really improve on going into 2020? Where did we invest time? Where did we spend time? Where did we waste time? So 3 different topics we looked at there, and we talked about what are some of the targets that we want to push for, and where do we want to make sure we're very, very intentional about in 2020. So one of the things that Cindy's done just recently, she's launched a community. It's starting out right now as a private group on Facebook that you can request access for and get started. In the week or so she's had it up, there's approaching 125 or 150 members, something like that. So it's getting some steam, but it's called Intentional Action for Ongoing Growth. And in that community, she's really highlighting the value of being very, very intentional about ongoing personal and professional development. So I could take you back, and I don't have time to in this message. I could take you back 20 years ago and map the process of here's the things that I did as a high school graduate, that was just a loose cannon at that point in time. Right as we were getting ready to get married, we had just built a house, we were starting our future, if you will. And the steps that I took. And I could also say there was a very, very parallel path that Cindy took along that process, and the resources that we took advantage of, and the things that we invested our time and money and energy into instead of doing a lot of other stuff. I won't do that in this message because that's something that you can catch in the group. Now, what I'll do is request or suggest that here, wherever you're seeing this video, there's a link attached for that intentional action group that you can request access to. There's no cost to it. It's just a complimentary community that we want to facilitate and really encourage ongoing intentional personal professional growth for everybody that's part of it. Now, this coming week in a daily dose of leadership, because we're first of the year, this is where resolutions are made, right? So we're not doing resolutions. I'm not. I'm doing how can I continue to be strategic about achieving what I want to achieve. So this week, I'm going to visit back into John's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, one of my favorites in the world. The first chapter is the law of intentionality. So I'm going to revisit that this week. We've done it a number of times in a daily dose of leadership over the last 3 years that's been in place, but we're going to dig into it once more. So some of it you might say, wow, I've heard some of this, but I assure you it's fresh. I'm doing it right here and now over the next several days. Now, the other thing I'm going to encourage you to do is really dive into what Cindy's done to date. The official launch for intentional action for ongoing growth, that community, is January 1. But I kind of just jumped in and started inviting people to the group and did some different stuff. So it took place about a week and a half ago, is what it is. But the rest of that is look into that. And one of the things I'll challenge you to even consider is what steps are you taking? What investments are you making in yourself? Now, we have a gob of resources we've developed. We have a whole bunch of other stuff that we've gotten licensed in that we offer, whether it be publicly or in organizations or whatever. 2 of those, one is our Emerging Leader Development course that we offer virtually, but we also are starting to offer on site for organizations where we customize that content. Instead of in 1 hour, 6 consecutive weeks, we've offered it in 2 and 3 times on site sessions. We have zero plans of doing it in a full day, but there's some options out there. The other thing, the virtual resources that we've got are pretty cool in that they take good advantage of the time that we have to be able to invest in people, but also to give people options with the recordings and the live sessions and so on. But the Leading at the Next Level program that we do is also something that's now a library, if you will. There's 28 different lessons to date in that somebody that joins that group that's part of that has a 3 or 6 or a 12-month membership can access 29 lessons and even more, plus the 6 in that given quarter. So I'd encourage you to check out some of those resources and just take a look at what steps can you take for yourself to really catapult your growth in 2020. So again, intentional action is what I'm promoting a little bit to you, the group Cindy has, but over the next several days in a daily dose of leadership, I'll be looking at the law of intentionality and how that matters for each and every one of us. So look forward to seeing you soon. We have some cool stuff coming up. If you don't already get Cindy's newsletter, you should, and that way you know what's coming up publicly that we offer, and even some virtual stuff and so on. So look forward to seeing you soon. Hope that helps, and stay tuned for the law of intentionality, some digging into that, and look into intentional action for ongoing growth on the Facebook community now, and it will be up on our website soon too. Take care. Have a great day. Happy New Year. God bless.